Hi everyone, so in this video we are going to talk about the focus states. There are three different focus states: focus, focus visible, and focus within. Actually, the topic of this video is not to describe the three different focus states and what they differ on, but to style the focus state. Because as you can see, the default browser style is this border, black border, but it may not suit your design pattern, and so you may want to change it, and that's the topic of this video. So let's first have a look at the HTML so that you can understand what I'm doing. We have a form element, we have three input elements with the ID on all of them, 1, 2, 3, so we can target them one by one. We are going to style these three different elements differently on focus state. One is inside two divs, because I will show you some tricks that maybe you will like. So let's start. First of all, we start with the input number 3. So on focus, generally we change to change that small border. We use outline, not border. And now have a look at this difference. As you can see, is different. Actually, the outline is outside the border. So as you can see, is outside the border. That is the border. If you want, you can even use the border. As you can see now, it is a mess. I didn't even expect it. In fact, generally, outline is used, but you have also this possibility. So in this way, you are styling both the border and the outline, and as you can see, the line is very thick, maybe too thick. You may want to, at this point, reduce the size, and that's it. This is a possibility that you may like. Ecco, maybe this is even better. Anyway, coming to the second style that I wanted to show you, of course, I forgot one thing. You can, with an outline, you can define an offset. So an offset is like the margin, no? When you do create a gap. Let's use this one. And now, as you can see, the style is a little different. We have the border and the outline, which is separated. Second style, we target the second div, the second input. In this case, I wanted to give it a background color of yellow, because of course we can. Of course you could add even transitions, but then we start to make some big messes, and I don't want to do it. Okay, in this way you have your background color on focus state. I forgot to say one thing. You can of course focus things even with the tab, and that's important. We will see it. The focus visible behaves differently when is the keyboard or the bottom. Anyway, background color yellow. I wanted to show you that you can style outline in a special way. If you define outline none, that this tedious white black border disappears. And now, as you can see, the border has disappeared, and there is another border that you may like more, but is only present because there is a background color. Because if there is no background color, then there is no border. And then you might is not likely to be done because people cannot understand clearly that they are focused on that element, especially if they navigate with the keyboard, with the tab. So never use outline none unless you have background color or some other features that you are using with it. Outline auto is the same as not writing anything, but yeah, I like an outline none in this case. Another possibility that we have is focus within. Is a feature that can enable us to trigger an event. Not to trigger an event is the wrong way to say it, but to style some an element, like for example our form. We never focus the form, but we focus something that is within the form. So I'm saying form focus within, and we can give it an outline of something a little different than this one. So every time now that I focus on something, the form gets this pretty cool thing. Not very cool because the margin is absolutely not correct. So I want to add it a padding or an outline offset. Okay, using the outline offset is working correctly, but as you can see, upstairs is going out the screen, and we cannot do like this. It doesn't, outline offset doesn't allow us to have to have 4 values for margin, for top, bottom, left and right. This will just break the code. So in this case, better padding. As you can see now is working quite fine. I have my paddings left, right and bottom, and upstairs you can still see the dotted line. Then we come to the last element. Input ID of 1 is the most tedious, tedious is the most original that I wanted to show you. It probably doesn't become beautiful, but you will learn some things that maybe applied in a different way you will find useful. So 1, first of all, I have given 1 here a width of 100%. Let's start from here. A width of 100%, and if you have a look, is outside is a little larger than the other ones. That's a mistake, no? There is a reason for this. Let me remove my head. So there is a reason for this, and the reason is, let's have a look at it. If we inspect this small icon, you can see that is saying 268, 67 plus 2 plus 2, so plus 8 pixels. If we see another input, is 259 plus 2 plus 2, so in total 267. Because I gave it a width of 100%, so it has the 267 as width, but then there are also the borders and the padding. So we have to remove it, which should be 8 in total. And you can do it coming here, and instead of using width 100%, use calc and in this way the code has broke. Let me see why. It's just my computer that is stupid and is not recognizing width right now. Wait a second. Okay, now as you can see, it has recognized it. I don't know why, but there is something wrong with many things around the web, but it's recognized, and is still is a little too few, because I should have wrote 4 and not 8. So 4 pixels it seems, and now it's perfect. Okay. Okay, vabbè, anyway, this is not what I wanted to show you. The point is, we want to style it, so we the first thing is to give it the what we always do. So on focus state, we go with some outline. We can give it 2 pixels of outline. Okay, and that's the first thing. But if I want, I can nest things. So now I have my div of class cont. Okay, let's target it. On focus within, because I'm not focusing that div but what's inside it, I can still give another outline of something a little different, maybe. It doesn't become beautiful, I know, but it's not the point. The point is to show you that some cool features that you can implement then better to make something that really looks good on the pattern that you're actually using in your website. Now here we have some problems. Yeah, I think that 6 or 5 is the magic number for us. I really don't know why it should be 5. I calculated at 6. But you need to find the right one here. Okay, then we can add the last one just to be particular. So I created my my big Arlecchino thing, and I'm happy about it. This is the first example. So we have seen focus and focus within. They were 2 different things. For focus visible, I want to show you a quick other example before we close. Before going to the other example, I totally forgot one simple thing that really makes a difference when you want to style something like this: the border radius. You can of course make this become a border radius. You just need to use border radius. It applies even to the outline. So here I have my border, and of course if you place it a border radius, it becomes a circle or a circular, and it even with the outline it applies pretty well. It might be a good option for other stylings that you want to use. Now let's go on. So focus visible is a new feature that probably most of the times you would like to replace every focus that you have with focus visible, but I don't want to say this is a rule. Take it easy. Anyway, it works for accessibility with the people that are basically navigating the web with the keyboard and not with the tab and not the mouse. So, for example, here I have an input which have which have a focus visible, and the DA also have focus visible. It changes the background color of both. So we have this simple thing. If I navigate with the keyboard, you can see it changes the background color of the A and changes the background color of the bottom. But if I go with my mouse over the A, as you can see, this yellow background color is not applied. But so that's focus visible. but if I go on the input, is applied, even though I'm using the mouse and not the tab. So it's not that focus visible is applied only to when the focus is done by the keyboard. Is not this the rule. The rule is focus visible is applied on the key when the keyboard is used, or anyway is the user agent that decides what to do. And the user agent is very smart, so you don't have to worry, because as you can see, this is basically the behavior that I wanted. Now I wanted it to become blue, and in fact it's becoming blue. And I didn't want on the click of the mouse, I don't want this even this yellow dot, no, this thing, I don't want it to appear. And in fact, even if I remove these things, now I have no style at all. And I come back here. When if you think about it, apart the focus visible, if I do like this, there is this yellow dot, because the person has to know where it is, because he's not using the mouse. If I do like this, there isn't. That's the whole of what the focus visible is trying to solve, basically. Okay, so anyway, we have finished this topic, and thank you very much to have followed my video. I hope that you enjoyed this sort of Arlecchino thing with all these lines. I don't think so, but anyway, thank you very much, and subscribe to my channel.